Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Business Point here on Global Television, your hub for topical discussions around business, Nigeria's economy, tech, as well as innovation. I am Queen Agaba. Today, we'll look at news making rounds and making waves in the world of business. We start off with the federal government that has stated that Nigeria's capital market plays a pivotal role in its drive to achieving a $1 trillion economy by 2030. Speaking on Monday, Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edu, urged capital market operators in Nigeria to deepen investor confidence, improve financial literacy, and prepare for the implementation of the Investment and Securities Act 2025 and the new Capital Market Master Plan CMMP 2030. Edu made the call at the 2025 First Capital Markets Committee meeting, which was hosted by the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) in Lagos. It is worthy to note that from the minister's speech, represented by the Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Dr. Doris Uzoka Anite, Edu emphasized the strategic role of the Nigeria's capital market in achieving the federal government's ambition of transitioning into a $1 trillion economy within the next decade. He also stressed that the capital markets must become the primary engine for mobilizing long-term finance across critical sectors like infrastructure, housing, manufacturing, technology, and energy. He highlighted the challenges of capital absorption and exit pathways, stressing the need for robust frameworks to ensure that foreign and domestic capital can not only be attracted but also exist seamlessly. He called on market participants to go beyond capital raising and position the market as a genuine tool for wealth creation and inclusive development. He also advocated for the establishment of a market literacy fund that is committed to supporting the SEC's open door policy. We move over to Lagos State, where the state government says it has completed 61 roads spanning 56.52 kilometers and 5 bridges across the state in the last 1 year as part of efforts to improve connectivity and ease traffic congestion. Now, this was disclosed by the Special Advisor to the Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu on Infrastructure, Engineer Olufemi Daramola, during a ministerial press briefing on Monday. He stated that the administration delivered the project to enhance mobility while also fast-tracking work on 147 other ongoing road and bridge constructions. The briefing marked the second anniversary of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's second term in office, outlining the administration's ongoing effort to expand road connectivity, to also improve traffic flow and to sustain infrastructure development. According to Engineer Daramola, the state government is currently accelerating work on 147 road and bridge projects across Lagos, with some projects already completed and awaiting commissioning. He also disclosed that between May 2023 and May 2024, the Lagos State Public Works Corporation intervened on 1,177 inner roads, spanning approximately 78.42 kilometers. The interventions include palliative works, pothole patching, overlay works, and drainage maintenance, covering about 462 kilometers. He also noted that the corporation has evolved from routine maintenance patching to full-scale construction. Well, Global Television, and particularly on Business Point, will always bring you updates on projects across states, across Nigeria like these, and will monitor these developments for your viewing pleasure. Let's move over to the Pioneer crypto asset moving close to its all-time high amid significant institutional activity in the Bitcoin market. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon stated that although his bank will not hold Bitcoin itself, it will soon allow its customers to purchase it. Dimon also reiterated his long-standing mistrust of cryptocurrency assets, citing their use in terrorism, sex trafficking, and money laundering. According to sources familiar with the matter, CNBC reported that JP Morgan will provide its clients with access to Bitcoin exchange traded funds, and also the company's exposure to cryptocurrency has been mostly restricted to futures-based products rather than direct ownership of digital assets. Morgan Stanley, a rival of JP Morgan, has already taken steps to offer spot Bitcoin ETFs to eligible customers since their launch in January 2024. Spot Bitcoin ETFs has also seen substantial adoption in the U.S., with total inflows nearing $42 billion. Diamond has long expressed skepticism about Bitcoin, calling it worthless during a 2021 cryptocurrency boom and describing it as a scam he had no interest in purchasing back in 2018. Now, the business intelligence strategy software company founded by Michael Saylor has expanded its Bitcoin holdings to 576,230 BTC following its latest acquisition. The announcement followed Metaplanet's recent purchase, the second largest in its Bitcoin-focused history. Ukraine is also drafting legislation to create a strategic national Bitcoin reserve. Now, this initiative, they say, is currently in the planning phase and is being developed in collaboration with Binance, leading international cryptocurrency exchange. If adopted, the initiative could mirror El Salvador's approach, enhancing legitimacy, regulatory clarity, and long-term investor confidence in sovereign Bitcoin adoption. And as always, we would monitor that development and bring it to you here in Business Point. Back to Lagos, where the state government has secured a $22 million foreign direct investment, FDI, for the expansion of fiber optic infrastructure to boost its push for smart connectivity and digital growth across the state. The announcement was made by the special advisor to the governor on infrastructure, Engineer Olufemi Daramola, during his ministerial press briefing commemorating the second year of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's term in office. According to the government, the Lagos State Infrastructure Maintenance and Regulatory Agency, LASMERA, secured the $22 million commitment as part of its ongoing efforts to expand the state's fiber duct network. Lagos State in early March entered the second phase of its 3,300 kilometers metro fiber rollout, adding to the 2,700 kilometers already laid to improve internet connectivity, particularly in undeserved areas. The expansion has facilitated over 1 million new internet subscriptions between 2023 and 2025 and enabled telecom operators to reach areas that had been previously overlooked. As part of the broader digital transformation, the state is also advancing its Safe City project through deployment of smart surveillance systems and traffic enforcement technologies in key locations like Allen Avenue and the rest. Now, these tools are being used to enhance public safety and to manage traffic more efficiently. Now, what should we know about the plans to extend the Lagos State fiber optic network by an additional 1,200 kilometers in this 2025, alongside the development of world-class data centers within the next 2 years? First of all, these initiatives, they say, is going to reinforce the state's digital infrastructure to drive innovation and economic growth. Earlier in April, the governor revealed that 4 data centers are currently under construction, forming part of a broader strategy to expand Lagos's information technology capacity. The state is also rolling out a 6,800 kilometer fiber optic network with 3,500 kilometers already completed to improve internet bandwidth and connectivity. Well, Lagos State continues to lead as Africa's top technology hub, accounting for over 60% of Nigeria's tech startups. In 2023, startups in the state attracted over $1.2 billion in investment, representing a 75% of all startup funding in Nigeria. The government also reports that more than 450 smart cameras have been deployed for security and traffic management, and the 14 agencies have already digitized their services. We'll take a quick break now. And when we return, we'll bring you more updates from the world of business. Please stay with us.
Do you know that Global Television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world?
Download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to watch Global Television real-time from around the world. What are you waiting for?
Start downloading and stay connected to Global Television. Many thanks for staying with us. If you've just joined us, this is Business Point here on Global Television, your hub for discussions around business and Nigeria's economy. And we have been looking at the rundown of the news making waves in the business world. Let's look at the Naira, where it appreciated marginally to 1,597 Naira per dollar on Monday at the official foreign exchange market, according to data published by the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. This represents a slight improvement from Friday's closing rate of 1,599.1 Naira per dollar. In the parallel market, the Naira also recorded a minor gain, trading at 1,627 Naira per dollar compared to the 1,628 Naira per dollar on Friday, according to data from Nairametrics Market. Now, the modest appreciation reflects the Naira's continued show of resilience and relative stability over the past week. Intraday trading on Monday revealed ongoing volatility, with the currency fluctuating between a high of 1,601 Naira 1.5 Naira, 1,601.5 Naira per dollar and a low of 1,580 Naira per dollar. All eyes are now on the Central Bank of Nigeria's Monetary Policy Committee, which is set to hold its milestone 300th meeting from May 19th to 20th. Industry analysts expect a cautious but firm stance in response to current economic situations. Now, the consensus among economists suggests that the MPC will likely retain the monetary policy rate at 27.5%, aiming to consolidate recent macroeconomic gains. However, a modest 25 basis point hike is also on the table, especially as inflation, while showing signs of easing, remains structurally high. Experts also say that they opine that the MPC may maintain its current posture, but is unlikely to rule out a slight rate hike to reinforce a hawkish stance, particularly in light of persistent foreign exchange pressures and global uncertainties. BDC sector in crisis. The BDC sector is also in crisis, I beg your pardon, as recapitalization deadline nears. There's growing anxiety in the bureau de change sector, with more than 95% of operators reportedly yet to meet the CBN's new capital requirement. The president of the Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria, APCON, Aminu Gwadabe, disclosed that fewer than 5% of its members have met the new recapitalization thresholds introduced by the CBN. Gwadabe warned that the future of most BDC operators is uncertain unless the regulatory deadline is extended, raising concerns of a potential mass shutdown across sector. Well, let's now look at the Nigerian stock market that closed the trading week on a strong note, with the all-share index ascending 976.97 points, fueled by significant gains in the consumer goods sector. This represents a 0.90% week-on-week rise as the index climbed from 108,733.40 to 109,710.37, closing with a year-to-date gain of 6.59%, despite a dip in trading activity. For the weekly trading volume, it edged lower by 1.49%, settling at 2.60 billion shares compared to 2.64 billion in the previous week. Meanwhile, market capitalization surged to 68.9 trillion from 68.3 trillion naira, holding strong above the 68 trillion naira threshold. 61 equities recorded gains during the week, slightly below the 68 that advanced in the previous week. Meanwhile, 31 equities declined in price, up from 28 in the prior week, while 56 equities remained unchanged. For the market overview, the Nigerian equities market delivered a broadly positive performance last week, with the benchmark index closing in the green on 4 out of 5 trading days. The week began on a subdued note as the index dipped below 108,500 mark on Monday, settling at 108,467.98. However, momentum quickly shifted last week Tuesday as bullish sentiment turned and persisted through the rest of the week, lifting the market to consecutive daily gains. For the key highlights, the NGX Premium Index edged down by 0.05% in contrast, and the NGX 30 Index advanced by 0.83%, while the NGX Main Board Index posted a stronger gain of 1.74%. Well, these are the reports from the Nigerian Stock Exchange, from the Nigerian stock market, I beg your pardon. We would continue to monitor this development for you. And it's also worthy to also note that the corporate announcements for this week, the corporate landscape saw several noteworthy announcements, and then the all-share index has strengthened, maintaining its positive position above the 109,500 mark, showing positive price action that could drive it beyond 110,000 zone. And then if the upward momentum in large and mid-cap stock continues into the next week, the index may reach new levels, pushing further towards higher highs. And like I said, we will continue to monitor these developments for you. Well, this is where we draw the curtains here on Business Points today. Don't forget to follow us across all social media platforms using at Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. You can also watch Global Television on DSTV channel 365, on StarTimes channel 276, and free to air on Nigecomsat. And you can download the Global TV Nigeria mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. I am Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching, and see you again.